morning, dear. Just I am well. I am Rajneesh Kumar here. Yesterday we discussed about our two form of the government, domestic. First, that was the parliamentary form of the government. We had a discussion about its feature and the power. Here, we will discuss about the presidential form of the government. Because this is the presidential form of a government, it means to know, to step in this class, at least we must know what are the power and the jurisdictions of a president in a democracy. Here, we will start with the president has the great executive power. As you know, and we have given so many knowledge about the executive power. Under this executive power, the president appoints the PM and the Council of the Minister. Means the PM and the Council of Minister. Here, the president also appoints the high officials, like the Solicitor General of the India, like the ambassador, like the governor, and like the Postmaster General of the India, and the Auditor General of the India. So these are a very important official. Means you can say the executive power the president has in a very three mode. Number one, president appoints the PM. Number two, the Council of Ministers, and number third, the union officials like the Postmaster General of the India, the Auditor General of the India, the ambassador, the governor, and even you can say we have the Solicitor General of India. Here we will discuss about the president legislative power. President is also vested with the great legislative power. Under the legislative power, the President of the India addresses the joint session of the Parliament, as well as his and her final signature of the bill passed by the Parliament. As we know, the Parliament is basically a head of a place of the legislation. And here, whatever the bill is passed, that must be acknowledged. President signature must be on the bill and he must be acknowledged. What is the happening and the functioning in a parliament. And there is some session like the joint session, it may be like the summer session, it may be winter session, it may be opening session, it may be the closing session. Even the president may call the cabinet and the parliament in the case of the emergency anytime. So, the president having the legislative power, the president has the financial power also. At the time of the need to know the preparation of the financial strength of a country, even the president may call upon the prime minister or even the finance minister, even the home minister, at the time of the wish to know the national preparation. You can say that the budget is. He has the judicial power also. The apex body, Supreme Court, if they give a verdict for the death sentence, here the president can curtail it and take it also and convert it into the life sentence. Even the length of the life sentence can be curtailed. Even the short period can be curtailed if the president has the choice and the wish for the financial penalty. And finally, in the emergency power, the power of the president in the India becomes the very huge and the critical at the time of the emergency power. We having the only 3 points and the conditions where the emergency power can be opted. Number one, when we are getting a threat for the another country. Number two, the very important, in the case of the violence, and the number three, when our administrative and the constitutional function is not well operating in any state or any states. So basically these are the presidential form of a government, and these are the duties. We have the executive power, we have the legislative power, we have the financial power, judicial power, and the emergency power. Generally we have the 5 types of the power of the president, and as we know, the president is the head of a constitution, basically constitutional head जो है that is president, and whereas and chief advisor is PM, and whereas the PM is the chief advisor for president. So in this way we discuss about the presidential form of a government. We must go through it in the precisely. I am again recapping it. In the executive power, the president has the capacity, and it has been the vested power to appoint the Council of Ministers as well as the PM officially, and the more important thing, the Solicitor General of the India, Postmaster General of the India, Account General of the India, Ambassador, and the governors. We have the legislative power. As we know, the Parliament is basically a place for the crafting and the drafting of the legislative power. Here, whatever the bills come out and whatever the bills is in a function, its legitimacy must be checked by the President of the India, and without signing of the bill over that cannot be go for a legislation. We have in the financial power, the PM and the Council of the Ministers as per the choice of the even the President, and even in generally the Home Minister and the Financial Minister can be called upon by the President of the India to know the pre-preparation of the financial health of a country. You can take the example as a budget, and we having a judicial power. अगर किसी को फांसी की सजा मिलती है, it has the capacity and it is well within the legitimate right of a President of India that can be checked. The death sentence can be changed into the life imprisonment, and even though it has been come an order from the apex body, that is the Supreme Court of the India, and if the President has a wish that he can also curtail the life imprisonment in a shorter period, and if it is also a provision with the legality that can be also changed and even shortened and convert into the financial penalty. And we having the emergency power. Here we having the emergency power. Here in the emergency power we have the only 3 cases. Number 1, where we are getting a threat from the another country. Number 2, where there is the constitutional machinery is the damaged and not properly administrative at the exercising and the functioning in that particular states or the states, and the number 3rd is where the violence is done. So these are the power, we must know it, and I made you very much clear that the President is the constitutional head and the PM is the chief advisor, and it is the chief advisor or a PM that he is giving the maximum information to President. In the meantime, I am taking a break.